This is why necromancy, I think, is the strongest magic in fantasy. An army of undead is the only kind of force where losing badly can actually make your enemy army stronger. Their soldiers and paladins are all lined up, banners waving, staring down the endless great wave of undeath. They fight hard. They cut down skeletons and ghouls by the hundreds. But up on the ridge, there's a necromancer just smiling. Because he knows every soldier of Lordaeron that dies becomes one of his. When the battle's over, the field is covered with Lordaeron's warriors. Then that sick green glow appears, and Paladin of Lordaeron, his body twitches, and he stands up, and he uses a sword to fight the kingdom he was protecting. That's why necromancy is one of the most dangerous magics in fantasy. It doesn't just beat you, it turns you and takes everything about you and your courage, your loyalty, your sacrifice, and uses it against the people you love. The reasons I love necromancy so much, it gives me the feeling I got when I watched George A. Romero's Night of the Living Dead or Dawn of the Dead, reading books like City of the Dead by Brian Keene. There's something deeply scary about the dead rising and coming back, turning everyone you know into an enemy. Necromancy takes that horror and makes it smarter, colder, stronger, more strategic. And that's why it always feels so real and terrifying to me. In a normal war, it's about wearing down the other side. But necromancy breaks that. An undead army doesn't need food, doesn't need sleep, doesn't need supplies. They can march forever. But the scariest part is simple. Every person you kill joins their side. In Warcraft 3, you see this perfectly with the Scourge. The more Lordaeron fights back, the bigger the army gets. You're not just losing soldiers, you're handing the enemy fresh troops. Fighting them doesn't weaken them, it makes them stronger. That's not a war you can win. But it gets even worse with the numbers. Necromancy doesn't attack your army, it attacks your mind and your heart. How do you swing a sword at someone you just fought beside yesterday? How does a son kill his own father when he rises as a ghoul? In Warcraft 3, this breaks Lordaeron from inside. Soldiers freeze when they see familiar faces. Hope dies. The will to fight just disappears. It turns love and loyalty into pure horror. If you're into this dark fantasy kind of stuff, or just love zombie horror, hit subscribe. At the end of the day, necromancy isn't really about winning a war. It's a plague meant to end all life. It rips out the souls of the afterlife and traps them in their rotting bodies. In Warcraft 3, Lich King wanted to turn the entire world into the undead. In Diablo, it's the same idea on a bigger scale. The more people die, the stronger it gets. It doesn't want to rule the world. It wants to replace it with nothing but silent, endless death. So that's why necromancy is the most dangerous magic in fantasy. It beats you strategically, destroys you emotionally, and it threatens to wipe out everything alive. In the end, the survivors of Lordaeron realized this couldn't win the normal way, so they did the only thing they had left. They destroyed their own kingdom in a massive ritual, turning their homeland into a dead scar the undead couldn't cross. They saved the rest of the world by burning everything they loved. That's the ultimate price. Sometimes the only way to stop necromancy is to destroy what you're trying to save.